You button it up like you used to. That crisp-fitted blouse with sharp seams and a pointed collar. It once made you feel put together, even powerful. But now, it pulls at the chest, gapes at the buttons, and clings in places that didn't used to demand your attention. You catch yourself adjusting it all day, smoothing the fabric, tugging at your side, holding your breath, just to sit comfortably. And slowly, quietly, your confidence fades. That's the thing about clothes. In this chapter of life, they either support who you've become, or they hold on to who you used to be. Fitted button-up blouses, especially the ones made from stiff cotton or polyester, don't always evolve with you. As your body softens and shifts your shoulders, relax your waist becomes more fluid, your bust and posture subtly change. Rigid blouses can begin to feel more like armor than style. They defend structure, but they forget softness. But here's the truth. Elegance doesn't mean squeezing yourself into something that no longer fits your life. It means choosing clothing that moves with you, not against you. A blouse should drape, not restrict. It should flow, not dig in. Instead of the ultra-fitted button-up, try a blouse with soft tailoring or a gentle A-line shape. A tunic-length top in a silk cotton blend can bring both polish and comfort. Hidden pleats at the back give freedom across the shoulders. Stretch panels at the sides so subtle you'd never know they're there allow you to breathe deeply again. There's beauty in ease. There's power in letting go of a garment that once served you and choosing one that serves you now. You're not going backward. You're simply stepping into clothing that matches the woman you've become, freer, softer, wiser. Let that stiff blouse go. You don't need to armor yourself anymore. You slip on a blouse with cap sleeves, just a small curved strip of fabric, brushing the top of your arm. It seems innocent enough. But as you glance in the mirror, something feels off. The sleeve cuts straight across your upper arm, drawing the eye to a spot you've quietly learned to avoid. Cap sleeves, though popular in racks and catalogs, rarely do mature arms justice. They create a horizontal line that can visually widen your upper body, shorten your arm, and interrupt the natural flow of your silhouette. And if your arms have softened over time as arms do, cap sleeves don't offer grace. They offer attention often where you don't want it. But here's the truth you already know. Deep down, your arms are not a problem. They are strong. They've held babies, carried groceries, wrapped around loved ones. They've worked hard, and they deserve to be dressed with respect, not erased, not hidden, and certainly not accentuated in a way that feels unkind. So instead of those harsh little sleeves, reach for something that floats. Imagine a light flutter sleeve that dances over your shoulder like petals in a breeze. Picture a kimono sleeve that extends gently, offering both movement and softness. A dolman sleeve with its relaxed line brings balance and elegance without any tightness or edge. These sleeve shapes don't just flatter your arms, they flatter your spirit. They bring vertical motion to your outfit, guiding the eye gracefully from shoulder to waist. They let you move without tugging, without second-guessing. Try on a flutter sleeve top and raise your arms. No pulling, no squeezing, just lightness. Cap sleeves may have worked once, but your body has changed, and your clothing should change with it, not to hide who you are, but to honor it more fully. Choose sleeves that feel like a soft exhale, not a silent apology. You open your closet, and there it is, that bold floral blouse with electric colors and oversized petals. You wore it to a party years ago and felt fun, maybe even daring. But today, when you hold it up, it feels louder than you remember. Not joyful loud, just too loud for the woman you've become. There's a subtle shift that happens with time. As you grow into your true self, you no longer need your clothes to shout for you. You've found your voice. It's softer now, but stronger. You don't want a pattern to compete with your presence. You want it to complement your grace. The problem with overly loud or busy prints is that they often wear you instead of the other way around. They draw the eye away from your face, your expression, your energy. And some patterns, neon abstracts, chunky polka dots, oversized graphics can anchor you in a past version of yourself, one you may have outgrown without even realizing it. That doesn't mean you have to give up prints altogether. Far from it. Prints can still be beautiful, expressive, and full of life when chosen with care. Look for patterns that whisper, not scream. Think watercolor florals in muted tones, soft geometric shapes in a neutral palette, tone-on-tone textures that add depth without distraction. Even a painterly brushstroke in blues mauves or olive greens can be fresh and elegant. Prints like these don't overpower your story. They support it. A blouse should frame your face, not fight it. It should gently mirror the calm confidence that radiates from within. So, if you put something on, and all you can see is the print, not you, then it may be time to let it go. Your style now isn't about chasing attention. It's about clarity. And in that clarity, beauty lives. Let your blouse be a backdrop, not a billboard. You slip a blouse over your head, and within minutes you're already uncomfortable. The neckline scratches. Your skin feels warm. Too warm. And there's a faint rustle with every move, like plastic brushing against itself. You try to ignore it, but you can't. The fabric is fighting you. This is the reality of cheap synthetic materials, especially polyester blends that dominate so many store racks. They may be affordable or easy to wash, but they come at a hidden cost: your comfort, your skin's well-being, your peace. At 60 and beyond, your skin becomes more sensitive. It's drier, thinner, more reactive to texture and temperature. A blouse that might have felt fine at 30 can now cause irritation, cling with static, or trap heat in ways that leave you fidgeting and flushed. And here's the thing you've earned better. Natural or thoughtfully blended fabrics are like a breath of fresh air against your skin. Cotton poplin with a soft sheen. Bamboo jersey that drapes like a whisper. Linen blends that breathe beautifully on a summer day. Viscose and silk cotton fabrics that feel elegant the moment they touch your collarbone. These aren't just fabric choices, they're affirmations. Each one says, I deserve to feel at ease. You're not dressing for a fast-paced boardroom anymore. You're dressing for presence, comfort, and authenticity. The clothes you wear should help you move through life with grace, not distraction. Next time you shop or revisit your closet, let your hands decide. Run your fingers across the fabric. Is it soft? Does it glide? Would you want it against your skin all day? If not, no matter how stylish it looks, it doesn't belong on you. Your blouse shouldn't feel like a costume. It should feel like a second skin, one that honors your beauty, not battles it. Let go of fabrics that irritate. Choose ones that love you back. You find it at the back of your drawer, that blouse with the sequined butterfly. Or maybe it says, Sparkle Queen, in glittery letters. Once it made you smile. It felt playful. Maybe it reminded you of a fun vacation or a silly girls' night out. But now something about it feels off. The truth is, many blouses aimed at older women still lean heavily into novelty, rhinestones, glitter hearts, cartoon motifs, or cutesy slogans. These embellishments can feel tempting because they seem light-hearted, cheerful, maybe even a little nostalgic. But too often they cross the line from joy to juvenile. And that matters, because you've lived a life of substance. Your beauty now runs deeper. You no longer need your clothes to entertain. You want them to elevate. When you wear something that feels more like a party favor than a personal statement, it can accidentally send the wrong message, not about age, but about identity. You are not someone who needs to shout fun to be seen as vibrant. You are vibrant. You radiate presence, not gimmick. If you love detail, and many elegant women do choose ones that speak in a softer tone, Think tone-on-tone embroidery, delicate lace insets, fine pin tucks, or a row of shell buttons. These are details that catch the light gently, that invite a second glance, not a double take. They don't say, "Look at me." They say, "Notice the care." There's nothing wrong with whimsy when it's woven with intention. But when a blouse feels more like a costume, or a wink at a younger version of yourself, it might be time to let it go. You don't need sequins to shine. You already do in every quiet smile, every graceful movement, every story your eyes still hold. So choose details that reflect that. Ones that whisper elegance, not shout distraction. You put it on because it feels safe. A square, oversized blouse, loose, no cling, no fuss. It hides everything you're not sure how to dress anymore. The midsection, the bust, the soft curve of your waist. It promises comfort and it delivers, sort of. But then you pass by the mirror and notice something. You've disappeared. Boxy blouses, while easy to reach for, often do more harm than good. They hang from the shoulders like a curtain, creating a wide, shapeless outline. They blur the very parts of you that are still strong, still graceful. Your neck, your posture, your natural proportions. And instead of making you feel freer, they often leave you feeling heavier, shorter, and disconnected from your own body. But here's the tender truth: comfort doesn't have to mean hiding. And elegance doesn't require squeezing into anything tight or unforgiving. What you deserve now is gentle definition structure that honors your shape without confining it. Try a tunic top that skims rather than swallows. Look for wrap blouses with a soft waist tie, nothing restrictive, just enough to suggest the beautiful line of your figure. Princess seams can do wonders, offering subtle shape through the bust and waist without hugging. Even a high-low hem or side slit can introduce movement and lightness. These small design touches change everything. They shift your blouse from something that hides you to something that reveals your presence with ease and grace. And no, you don't need to show off anything you don't want to. But you also don't have to shrink away. You are allowed to take up space. In fact, you were made to. So let go of the square-cut, oversized tops that erase your silhouette. Choose shapes that flow with you, that move when you move, and that quietly say, "I'm still here and I'm more myself than ever." Because true comfort comes when your clothing reflects your worth. You button the collar and feel it press against your neck, stiff, high, and unyielding. It once looked sharp, maybe even commanding. But now something about it feels boxed in. Like your blouse is holding you not in support, but in tension. High-necked, tightly collared blouses can be surprisingly aging. Not because your neck needs hiding, but because the hard line draws the eye to exactly what you're trying to soften. The jawline, the chin, the natural creases that life gently brings with time. Instead of lifting the face, that rigid edge compresses it. Instead of elegance, it creates discomfort. And that's not the story you want to tell anymore, because you've grown softer, not weaker. You've become more open, not closed. And your clothing should echo that shift. Open necklines do something magical. A simple V-neck can elongate your profile. A scoop neck softens your collarbone. A notched neckline adds a tailored detail without the suffocation. Even a gentle cowl brings fluidity where once there was structure. These styles frame your face like a well-placed picture mat, highlighting without overwhelming. They invite conversation. They encourage breath. They help your posture unfold instead of collapse. And it's not just about how you look, it's how you feel. A stiff collar might be flattering for a moment, but by midday it often feels itchy, hot, or tight, especially if you're navigating hot flashes or sensitive skin. You deserve better. So let the high-neck blouses go. You don't need to armor your throat to look polished. You don't need to tighten your silhouette to command respect. Open up, just a little. Just enough to let the breeze and the light in, and maybe even a little more of yourself in. Because there's something beautiful about a neckline that doesn't restrict your voice, but frees it. You pull on a blouse made of sheer chiffon. It feels light, almost romantic. But then you catch your reflection and hesitate. You tug at the fabric, check your bra line, add a camisole, then adjust again. It's delicate, yes, but also distracting. Not in a flattering way, in a self-conscious one. Sheer blouses walk a delicate line. At their best, they offer softness and a whisper of skin. But at 60 and beyond, they can also cross into discomfort, exposing more than you intend, especially without the right structure or layering. And that exposure doesn't always feel empowering. Sometimes it just feels vulnerable, because style now is not about covering up. It's about being intentional. It's about deciding what you reveal and how not being caught off guard by fabrics that don't offer support or protection. You don't need to give up sheers entirely. You just need them to work with you. Choose double-layered fabrics that float rather than cling. Silk blends with built-in linings. Chiffon with sheer sleeves, but an opaque body. Pair a gauzy blouse with a soft nude camisole that blends seamlessly. Even a mesh panel placed thoughtfully at the neckline can feel elegant rather than overdone. The goal isn't modesty for modesty's sake, it's confidence. It's standing in a blouse and not wondering what's visible from behind. It's knowing that your clothing adds to your presence rather than takes something away. You've spent years cultivating grace, wisdom, and inner strength. Your blouse should reflect that. Not with flashy transparency, but with thoughtful design. Let your blouse offer a whisper, not a reveal. Let it move like poetry, not pageantry. And most importantly, let it make you feel beautiful, not just look it. Because beauty, real beauty, is never about how much skin you show. It's about how fully you feel at ease in your own. You walk through the store and see them everywhere, off-the-shoulder blouses, tops, with dramatic cutouts, oversized puff sleeves, glittery slogans splashed across the chest. They're labeled on trend, youthful must-haves. And for a moment you wonder, should I? But then you try one on, and instead of feeling fresh or confident, you feel like you're wearing someone else's clothes. Someone younger, louder, in a different season of life. Trendy blouses, especially the fast fashion kind, often carry a subtle pressure. A promise that they'll make you look younger, livelier, more relevant. But more often they make you feel like you're trying, not expressing. Like a costume you hope will spark something, but doesn't. You don't need trends to prove anything. Not your beauty, not your vitality, certainly not your value. Instead of chasing trends, let them pass by like clouds. Draw gentle inspiration, but don't let them steer your style. You've spent decades learning who you are. Your wardrobe should echo that, knowing, not blur it. Here's what feels modern and timeless: a clean wrap blouse that moves when you do. A long-line tunic in a rich, calming hue. A soft, neutral palette with one beautiful pop of color, maybe deep coral muted jade or sapphire. Small details like a subtle asymmetrical hem, a slit sleeve, or a modern neckline can update your look without dressing you like someone you're not. Focus on fit over flash, comfort over costume, presence over performance. Trends aren't bad, they're just not the measure of your worth. Elegance after 60 means choosing clothes that align with your spirit, not with someone else's idea of what's in. Let go of blouses that make you feel like you're chasing something. Choose the ones that let you be grounded, radiant, and unapologetically yourself. Because the most stylish woman in any room isn't the one wearing the latest trend. She's the one who looks completely at peace in her own skin. You've made it through your closet not just with your hands, but with your heart. Each blouse you release, each choice you refine, is more than a style update. It's a quiet declaration of who you are now. After 60, fashion becomes less about dressing to impress and more about dressing to express. You've let go of the need to hide. You've let go of the impulse to please. And now you get to choose clothing that honors your body your wisdom, your evolution. Because aging isn't about fading. It's about becoming more visible in the right ways, softer in line but stronger in presence. Let your blouses move with you, not cling to who you were. Let them reflect your warmth, your grace, your confidence. Choose prints that soothe sleeves, that float fabrics, that love your skin. Choose details that whisper, not scream. And let go of anything that makes you feel like you're shrinking yourself. You are still blooming, just in a quieter, deeper way. So next time you stand in front of your closet, ask yourself gently, does this feel like me? And trust the answer. You don't need to chase style. You are style lived refined and deeply rooted. Let your clothes carry that message. Let them be soft armor for your softness. Let them mirror the beauty that's been with you all along. Because after 60, the most beautiful thing a woman can wear is peace. End of script. Have a beautiful day.